Hi everyone, it's Cindy. So I'm here today with a very exciting little design team project for the Junk Journal Studio. So she has a whole new kit in her shop called All Things Roses. So there's a few things I'm going to kind of go through here at the beginning before I get started on showing you the project. So she's created a huge kit of freebies for the full design team, all of us to share with you guys in our video links. So if you want some wonderful freebies, do a little hop along around to all of the talented, fun people who are a part of the design team. I have them linked below in my description box as well, and you'll be able to come up with 52 pages of freebies that are divided between all 10 of us. And yeah, that is typical the Junk Journal Studio, always giving us so much to play with. So this is going to be happening between February 12th to 29th on both YouTube, Instagram, that kind of thing. I think most of the team will probably be doing a video. So the kit, it comes out February the 12th, the All Things Roses kit in the shop. So that's the first day of us talking about this. And it's going to have labels, tags, words, fussy cuts, postcards, tea cards, and they coordinate with this big kit of 52 freebies. So the freebies are the journal pages, and she has made all the files in numerical order. So let's say that mine are 1 through 7, then Margaret at 7 Plaza will be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? All her files will have those names. So you go to all of the 10 channels and you'll end up with the 52 pages that are numbered so that you'll have all of them. You can easily track that. Michelle thinks of all the things. So what else? Is there anything else that you need to know? I don't think so. So I will link my freebies down below. I will also link to the Junk Journal Studios shop where you can get the All Things Roses full kit. And I will link to the rest of the design team members so that you can easily go and check them out, subscribe to them, and hop around picking up all these freebies. So let me show you the freebies that I got. They're really beautiful. So really nice pink and teal. It's almost okay girl, you know me, because I love pink and teal. Obviously a rosy theme. They're so pretty, right? Lacy. Have some layering here. These ones go nicely together. Okay. So, what am I doing with my freebies for you today? Well, I probably will call this video Let's Turn Gorillas into Roses, because yes, friends, I have more of these Grease Monkey glove boxes. So my husband works in industrial supply, and all of his colleagues always they supply gloves to certain companies, and they save these boxes for me because I just love using them for things. So they're very lovely to me in that way. So what I want to do today is, and I didn't show you what we're going to use to kind of coordinate, right? I have this Ideals magazine that I thrifted. It is a Valentine one. And as is often true with these magazines, there's lots of lovely things, be they verses or images or whatnot. So I'm hoping we can find some fun things to use from in here as our focal point, because these want to be, these very much easily want to be a cabinet card situation, right? So I think when you look at this shape, there's a lot of different ways you could use this in a journal, okay? So this was a full box, and I took this piece off. You could leave it on if you wanted to, but I think, this is box weight. It would be a little heavy as a folio in a journal. Though I do think with these halves, it wouldn't be so bad. So if you wanted to sew it into a journal, you could right here, right? Put your holes down here. You could choose to stitch something on here, be it more paper or, a fun lacy edge, and then just cover this here with something fun, and then have your interesting part over here, do whatever you want. There's lots of options. obviously we can make just a simple piece of ephemera with, you know, something in here. And then we cover this up. You can use these flaps at the back to turn it into a pocket, you know, just covering everything with paper. You also could have this sitting on your page. You could glue these three as a pocket to drop something in, and then fold these down and have a little closure here, like 2 eyelets or one of those little slidey things, you know, those paper button things that you can wrap like a mail envelope, those old mail envelopes, like office, interoffice ones. Lots of options, right? So these boxes with these flaps are really fun this way. And you can do this with tissue boxes, pasta boxes, any box that has a window. Most boxes are going to have like 4 sides, right? So very easy. So let's get started with the first one. And I think I'll begin maybe by covering up this side. We'll decide what paper we want to use. I think I'm going to go with this one because it's just so pretty. So let me check my size here. What I think I'll do is I'll trim this box down. I just need to grab my cutter, because we need like an equal size here. So we'll bring this to there, equal on all sides. And then I'll just trim those kind of thick edges where I did tearing. And I'm not too worried about like, oh no, you made these too short to close. That's okay. I don't necessarily need them. I think depending on where the project goes, I've got to decide, do I want to keep them as front flaps and make this into a pocket? Then I'll keep them, you know, because I can do something fun with like lace across here or something. But I may end up just removing them entirely and focusing on this as a card. Maybe we'll do 2 projects. It's hard. Okay, so let's actually, this first one I think I do want to do like a pocket, and then I'll do the second one as a card. So I think for the purposes of this being a pocket with these flaps, I want to use something like this that I could do some writing on if I wanted to in a certain part of it, right? So let's cut this down. We'll just get those hard edges off, or white edges rather. That should fit. Yes, beauty. So now we'll go in with glue stick and we'll just cover this whole entire front of this box. So we'll hide this whole grease monkey gorilla guy. He's no longer a part of this. Okay, then come in here with my knife to just cut the middle out. I think I need to change my blade. We need a sharper blade. So let me do that real quick. Okay. Sorry, when I say quick, I don't mean so quick that anybody gets hurt. So let's take the old blade, just wrap it in some tape, and I'll recycle that properly. I just do this because as long as it's in my possession, there's a chance that I could be a silly and I could, you know, do something bad. So make sure you use a good blade, because otherwise your paper, as you go around the edges, it's going to rumple up a little. I mean, obviously there's ways to fix that one if it happens. I'm not like too dramatic about it, but it'll just make things neater and easier for you in the long run. Although I do find that like ink takes care of most blemishes that I cause. Okay, so that's that. We have the whole of the donut out of there. And then see, yes, I did do a little bit, but you know what, that doesn't matter because I have a plan in mind involving these guys after I'm done. And it's actually right in that spot where I flubbed it. So let's just flatten this out, get rid of the cutter for now. Then I'll come around just with my scissors. Oh, and I should put this away. So we'll just cut around here. There we go. Put those in the scraps because they are lovely. Okay, so now just kind of give this one more little kind of rub around to make sure it's all glued down. Then I think I want to turn this inward here and here. And then we need to cover these, I think. Unless we want to turn them this way and have it... No, I think I want to have them like this. And then maybe like stitch some lace or something down them. I think that would be fun. Okay. Let me think. Okay. The other paper that I think would be really good for writing on is this lacy one here. I think I will put that on the outside. Let's just tear this. So if I make this like a pocket, a closure, or I could make it like a floating journal card with these doors. And all this would be writing space, and we could put something on the back of here. Yeah, okay. There's so many options. Sometimes I get flummoxed, like what should I actually do with this? Just do something. Don't sit around waiting. I try to be like no nonsense most of the time when I'm working on things, because like I'm sure that watching people hesitate in videos is not people's favorite thing. But I gotta say, like sometimes, you know, it just takes a bit to figure it out. Like, what am I trying to do here? Okay. And I don't usually take the time to make prototypes, so I fly by the seat of my pants a little bit here. And I think I will want to stitch this as well because I like the stitching aspect of things. I need my bone folder to just really press this down. Okay. Just need to glue this little tiny spot here that looks like I went a little wild with my scissors there. And we'll get rid of this sticky paper. Do the same kind of fold on this side with the bone folder. Okay. So now we have that and that. And they're like shutters kind of, but they don't fully close, which is good, which is okay. Because I think what I'd like to do is actually stitch some lace here and here so that you have kind of this little shuttered lace bit. Okay, so now we need to find what we want to put in the background, and I'll grab my ideals for that. She's lovely. I do like her. But we'll see what else there is so that we don't just go with the very first thing. Well, that's quite nice too. Just writing a love letter. I like the colors of that. I think if we used that, we could also like use parts of it to make the make a more interesting set of colors on there. Is that a paper clip? So it is. I will take that. Puppies. I think it's going to end up being that one because I'm not seeing anything. That's cute, but not right for this project. Lots of roses, and there's obviously that. That's really pretty. Yeah, I'm going to go with that page that we found back here. I should have. There it is. Okay. Okay, we'll move this out of the way. I like that. So, take this off, and this as well. Keep those little bits because I think we'll use some of that. So we only need what is going to go in here, which I think is that. Okay. So I'm going to kind of do a couple things at once. So first we'll go around here as so. Lay that down, pick it up exactly where we want to, I think there, glue that on. Just get rid of this extra down here. And then here at the back, I'm going to add the rest of this maybe for extra writing space. You could also put like a different kind of paper, like a brown paper or something, but I like the lacy paper for writing. I think it will be really nice. And we just have to find where to pull the rest up. Oh, and the other thing about these freebies are only free until the 29th of February. You know, because it's a limited time thing, because it's like, you know, we're all participating in this fun make-along kind of with the design team here. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do now is head over to the sewing machine and do the stitching that I want to do on this. I'm kind of actually questioning myself. I want to pull this back up if I can, because I just realized I want to stitch around. I may not be able to pull it back up. That's the trouble with having this glue stick. It's such a good glue stick, but like it's kind of like art glitter glue in that it's not that like forgiving when you glue her up like I sometimes do. Let's see. We might be okay. We might not be. If we're not, that's okay. I just don't want to tear this front Ideals magazine, so I'll let this digital get torn if it needs to, because that one I can print again, the other joy of digitals. Or I would also like some brown paper on the back of here. We don't need to use the lace. Almost. Whoosh. Very punishing. Very punishing. Okay. That's okay. Let's just try to smooth this back down. Give that wrinkle a little tug. Okay. Now I'm going to do my stitching. The reason I pulled that off is because I want to stitch around here. It's going to give it a really pretty look. So let me go do that. I'll be back. Alrighty, I have done my stitching around. So I zigzag stitched down the two folds as well as around. I went a couple of times and I added the lace and then did some fun straight stitching back and forth to just kind of give like some texture to the whole, you know, thing. It's kind of fun now. So now what I want to do, I think, is probably work on my little rose that I wanted to put down there. And now I just have to see what I want to use here. I'm just going to take apart one of these silk flowers, get rid of all of the plasticky bits, and then just get the fabric. These things are so gnarly in the middle here. Alright, let's get rid of all that. And there's this bit of green. I think it's pretty attached to this though. Oh, maybe not. So we can use that bit of green if we want to. And then maybe, oops, I mean, one of these alone would actually be quite sufficient and cute, but I'm going to see how two will amp it up a little. Put that there and then that on there. Okay, let's use our glitter glue. a little heavily just right there to stick this down. I don't want to be like too hard on how it's sitting. I want it to keep kind of that fun, curly, gnarly kind of shape to it. And I may go in and stitch on this again. So I'll glue maybe this one on, the larger one at the back, and this one on the front. And we'll have that bit coming down. Just kind of give it a little press. And I'll just sort of flatten this while I'm pressing it. Okay. So I'm just going to go over and put some stitches in this and be right back. Okay, so we have stitched on. You can see a few little zigzag stitches there. Then you can open your flower up and kind of lay the petals down. So just put a little bit of art glitter glue over your stitches, or sorry, not art glitter, but Fabri-Tac over your stitches, and then bring those top petals, some of them just train them downward so that it covers your bit of stitching there that holds this whole thing in place. And that should be good. We've got our greenery back there, still peeking out a little bit when moved around. Okay. As well as up there, you can see some. So we have our rose now. So then, writing space on either side. You could also write here if you wanted. I might try to find some nice words, and this I would leave as writing space. Then on the back here, actually, do I want to use some of this? Remember I said I might use some of this to kind of mix this up a little. I just want to see if this beautiful bit of brown pattern might add on the sides here something kind of nice. I think it does. So let's cut that there. And then get this paper here. Add that right there. This one, I think it's not quite, yeah, not quite long enough. So we'll have to cut another piece of that off here. Right there. Okay. Right under that stitch line. A little bit of lace. There we go. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that adds a little something there. That's kind of nice. And then you could also put some on here too, maybe. I like it because it kind of ties sort of like the history of the image back into like where it came from. Okay, put that there. I might want to just trim this one just a little bit. That's better. Okay. Then I can go to the back and find some of that brown paper I was talking about that I'd like to cover that with. This one, or maybe this one might be nicer. So now we'll just glue this up again, this time for keeps. Okay. Alrighty. Then I think what I'll do again is go around this with more stitching on the back to just neaten up that edge that has the brown paper. Okay, and then I'm going to add another little strip of this just down at the bottom of the brown paper to just kind of tie it all together. This makes it a little more interesting. Okay, so now we have this, and that folds like that. And then you can decide, how do I want to close it? So you can do a few things. You can press this in a book press to just really like get it to close on its own, or you can put eyelets or a tie or something like that. I think I'm going to go the method of pressing it, because like once I've bone folded, it's pretty good. I'm trying to decide. I don't feel like I need ink, but I might just take a quick look in the book and see, is there anything here that would be nice for words? There is no surprise more magical than the surprise of being loved. That's nice. Okay, this is nice. Okay. So this is, why do I love you? What a strange query. Yet I would say I'd never grow weary of telling to flower, grass blade and bird the loveliest secret ever they heard. That's really nice. Now where, I have to probably cut this apart. And I might put it down one of these side panels, possibly. See if I can get it narrow enough. Okay. We need art glitter glue. I think I'm going to actually do this over here. Okay, yet why do I love you? What a strange query, yet I would say I'd never grow weary. So we'll take the next two lines. Okay. Go right over onto the picture. teeny tiny little cuts here. Okay. And then this one here. Perfect. And then I just need a bit of ink, I think. Here it is. Okay, and then I want to also ink the edge here a little bit, not a lot, so I'm not going to reapply ink, I just want a little bit. Over the stitching. Okay. So yeah, I think that's a fun piece to go inside a journal. Again, you know, you can use it as a pocket. I decided ultimately to have it as one piece that can be, you know, multi-use. But like you could still glue it down as a pocket. You could still glue it like this and have something tuck in the top. You could bind it into your signature here and have it be, you know, a turning page. So I think it's kind of fun like that. You could do all sorts of things. You could add a little more embellishing here if you wanted to, more words even. Another verse of that same poem would be nice. But I am going to call that a project for this little design team thing. So this little design team project. So again, please do check out all of the digitals across all of the different channels on the design team for the Junk Journal Studio, because you will get a really beautiful big kit of these journal pages, and it's so generous. And then definitely check out the listing on February the 12th for the All Things Roses kit. So you will have all the other elements, the ephemera, the words, the cutouts, all of the things that the Junk Journal Studio is known for her big, beautiful kits. You'll be able to get all of those goodies. And until next time, thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.